the rainbow. This is the Sunday Debate Show. This is the Sunday Debate Show.
As you guys can see behind me, the question of the night is, would you settle for someone or would you spend the rest of your life single? Might be my fault. That's the question of the night. And before we even get into the kind of exploration of the question, I want to introduce my guests. Actually, they'll introduce themselves. So going from left to right.
First, man, ladies.
Ladies, no. Oh.
Don't be a chicken. You
Oh.
go first.
You
go first.
I'll go first. All right. Hi, guys. My name is Junior Matty. I am... Do I need to tell you what I do?
Now, your age.
I'm 27 years old, and yeah, I'm Moses.
Name and age.
I'm from Caledonian area, Islington, so yeah.
Go on. Go on, Shati.
My name's Whitney, and I'm 21 years old.
And then we've got on the end there.
I'm Rochelle, and I'm 33 years old, so I'm the OG on the panel.
We didn't answer that end part, but we'll still go with that one. You know what I'm trying to say? All right, before we get into it though, I put out a poll 24 hours ago with the question to see what the public said, and the result of this is 54% of people said yes, they would settle, and 46% said no, they'll stay single for the rest of their lives. Now, I know you guys are sitting there right now thinking about what you chose, yeah? A lot of you say you'll stay single, a lot of you say you might, like settle for a relationship. Mic's not for me. I got a loud voice enough. Anyway, moving on. Let's get it cracking. So, people on my panel, ladies first.
Yeah.
Would you...
Oh no, you can do this with me.
Would you settle for someone, or would you spend the rest of your life single?
I would be single.
Yeah.
Huh?
I would rather be single.
Wait, is that both of you?
Okay, I've thought about this a lot because obviously I've known about the question.
So you can tell
I've been thinking and I've been flitting between I would stay single, but then I'm thinking, but how long is life though? Like life can go on for a very long time. So like if we're talking short term, I'm happy to be single for the next, God, don't listen to me that deeply, but like 10 years or whatever, if it's that deep. But if I'm living till I'm 80, 85, 90, then I'd like to have someone there in my house with me, companionship.
So wait.
So I don't know, it's a hard one to answer for me. It's very hard. I think what we were talking about, sorry, are you good?
Yeah, I think I'm good now. Yeah, I'm good. I've got a loud voice and I don't know if I'm on and off. But go on. What are you saying?
I think what I was struggling with the most is the word settle. So I'm like, what does that actually mean? Do I like the person? Do you like the person? Do you like
So wait,
Yeah.
when we say settle, I put the word settle in there just for, to untrouble people, because I know people see the word settle as a negative word. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So as soon as people say settle, people are like, no, I don't want to settle. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? You run away from it because you're thinking, yeah, like that's a negative word, but what? You're telling me being single? Like, would you rather be single for the rest of your life? Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, what do you think, Junior?
All right, for me, both of them are negative. Well, not negative.
Single's
per
negative?
se. Not necessarily negative, but in the long term, obviously, how most people see it is that they want to find companionship. They want to find their life partner and go on like that. For me, if you're settling, it's somebody that, you don't feel like you have that connection with. Everybody's looking for that connection in life. You don't feel that you have that connection with, and you're thinking, do you know what? I'm going to settle here. I'm comfortable here. I'm in a comfortable zone. It's not exactly what I want. It's not the thrill and the excitement that I imagine, but it is okay.
Wait,
And
hold
I'm
on.
gonna be
One question. All right, I want to ask you, man. Put your hands up if you vote with single. If you vote with staying single for the rest of your life.
This is really interesting.
Yeah?
Hey, put your hands up high, man. I can't see.
Jen,
I don't know, like.
Put that hand up.
Like, with confidence. Don't be shy.
Wait, you changed your mind, big man? Yeah? No, I'm not even going to
You can't remember.
I just want to know. I just
You're
want to
not
know.
sure.
Yeah. All right, and wait. Put your hand up if you said you will settle. Some of you are not even voting. Are you guys stuck? Yeah. All right, another question quickly. Are you single?
Yeah.
Are you single?
Yeah.
Are you single?
Yeah.
You want to move it mad.
Nah.
You want to move it mad. All right.
Like, it's just mad that all three of us are single on the panel. You need, like, I thought
No.
mix
But the
or
fact
something.
is, if you're all three of you are single, and you're saying you'll stay single for the rest of your life, would you stay the way you are right now for the rest of your life?
110%.
Yeah, you know happiness. You know what I mean? You come in and you get into your bed and it's just you.
Yeah.
And it's, you
All of
can
that, you
do
can
like this.
sprawl out.
Yo,
But
That is what I love.
all right, cool. So
It's
you
the
have
best
that, but
feeling
what
in
is
the world.
you have that? But what is single? Because you can single and still mingle. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you
Yeah.
still go out there and like meet and date, and do you know what I'm saying? And it's short term, and you meet people, and
Oh, no, that is
after a couple
interesting.
weeks,
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I'm
not
saying?
fulfilling.
It's not fulfilling, but what is settling for somebody? Is that fulfilling? Because
I
it's
think
settling,
I think-
it's half empty. Your glass is there. It's not what you want
This
it
is
to
why I
be.
wouldn't settle, because I feel like I would be compromising myself. If I'm single, I've
Exactly.
decided to be single because I'm not going to take from someone else like a tiny bit what's good about them.
So wait, hold on. Do you enjoy your own company?
I
Yeah.
love my own company. I
Now,
love being on
once
my
again,
own.
I'm saying, would you spend your rest of your life enjoying your own company? So you're telling me there isn't a man in this world that's ever made you feel
Yeah.
that not rely on their company, but when you're around him, it's like, raw, I've gone from here to there.
Oh, can I answer this one?
Of course.
But wait.
No, let her go, let her go, let her go.
You're gonna answer for her?
No, she can go. Go on.
Yeah, of course I feel like that, but when I get back to my own space, I appreciate that more than anything in this world, like anything.
But there's nothing wrong with being in a relationship and like going to your own space. Like 4 or 5 years you can be with a man and you can decide if you want to marry him later. It's not like, well, I'm meeting next week and then what, you live with me right now? But hell no, you ain't living with me straight away. You got to take at least 3 years.
Okay,
to
so what are we compromising on?
What do
Because
you
I think that's the biggest bit. What am I settling for?
Settling for having that companionship, settling for someone to actually lean on, settling for someone to speak to, settling for a man to give you a baby, a kid. Don't you want a child?
Not necessarily.
Yeah, but what
No, I'm
I'm
just saying. No, I'm just saying though, because there's some people people want families.
Yeah, but you can have that and still not have a partner.
What,
Yeah, because the
You can
determining
have-
factor.
You can have that in this day and age. You can have that and still not have a partner.
But is that good for the child?
It might not be great, but it's better. It's better than being in a relationship that the relationship is not healthy because you're
this
just
is what I'm saying.
Like,
So
do you know what I'm
going back
saying?
to the
Because-
question that I tried to jump in on and then I decided not to. What did you say? Do you remember what it was? 'Cause
No,
this
not
is-
really, wait.
this is going so
Like,
fast.
man,
The
man's
conversation's going so fast. It was... Right.
That's the question. What are you
Okay,
settling for?
so he's like, what are you settling for?
Bro, what? Is no one else listening? Like, what? Is she the only one listening? Oh yeah. I just want. If you're listening, sorry. Cool. You explain yourself. Explain
I feel
yourself.
like we just need to slow the pace
Explain
down
yourself.
just a little
Would you
bit,
be?
'cause I'm a bit
would-
old.
Wait.
My brain's
Would you?
like-
Why would you be single?
I'm Jesse, by the way. Like, nice to meet you guys.
Hi, Jesse.
Me personally, I would rather be single, innit?
Say that again. Sorry, I didn't hear that.
I'd rather not be single.
You rather not be single.
Yeah, I'd rather settle.
Why is that?
My past experience.
Oh, see.
I feel like we need to... Were you going to give an example?
Me,
You don't mind?
Yeah,
Just
past
for the
experience.
room.
I've always had someone by my side, whether it's family, girlfriend, or friends. You know what I'm saying? But in all honesty,
Do you know what I see it as in, so you're saying you always need someone to confide in, if that makes sense? As in someone that's always there, someone that might push you.
yeah, that's correct.
All right, that's coming
Yeah,
from one of the- Give me a round of applause. Give me a round of applause. Sorry, going back to your question. I just wanted to hear what he was saying, innit? Because I know my man's a bit weird.
I think it's about defining like...
Man's lazy. Look at me, the waves out there. Sorry, go on, Rochelle.
Yeah, I think it's about defining like what settling is, isn't it? Because it's kind of like...
All right.
People, let me finish.
Yeah, go.
Let me finish, because I think that people have different expectations of what being in relationship with another person is. For some people, it's just romantic favors. Yeah, some people it's like sharing space. It's like I want to be like I want to have a best friend, like a companion. Some people get into relationships just because they have to get married. It's like a burning desire. It's like, what do you want? And I think when we're talking about being single, like you have to understand being single for people is different, and it like some people cannot be by themselves because they just like to be partnered. I'm not one of those people. So I don't mind it, but it has to add value. Like I think I move through life quite quickly, and that is something that I'm working on. But I'm just saying, so like, what are you doing? Like, why are you here? And how are you adding value to my life? And if I can't make sense of that, then I keep it
Yeah,
moving.
but it comes with time, man. As in, hold on. One question. Have you ever been in love before?
Yeah.
And tell me, did you love that person within the first, 5 months?
No.
There you go. It comes with time. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I'm just saying,
what's your
something
point?
like that. It's like, if you're settling for someone, I believe over a time, you can start learning how to love that person.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? Little things that
Right,
you do and
so
you might...
this is what I'm saying. So we have to define what is being single, and then what is being single for each person. And
Being
then
single is like
when you're
half the
settling,
people in here.
what are you happy to settle for? Do you know what I mean?
Sorry, Rochelle.
Did you hear what I said?
No, I didn't. I was just laughing at my man there. Go.
It's okay. It's all right.
No, wait, go, Rochelle.
I said, what are you deciding to settle for? Because I feel like everyone has a different idea of what settling is. For me, when I hear the word settle, I'm thinking about someone who I'm not compatible with, who's just another physical person in my space. And for the sake of not being lonely, I tolerate them.
You tolerate.
I
Exactly.
don't know whether that's what Whitney thinks and that's what Gina thinks, or what the people in here think that's what settling means. I just think that we're all talking about something different at the moment.
Do you know what? Give me a second. Someone give me... Go ahead.
Yeah, so for me, I think I'm exactly the same as Rochelle. I don't think settling for me would be, I like tall guys and the guy that I'm
Yeah,
talking
he's
to
short.
is short. Or I like boys that are footballers, but the guy that I'm talking to is an accountant. It's not that. It's what value
Yeah,
are
it's
you
a value.
adding to me? And if you're not adding that value, there's no reason for me to be with you. And I'd rather be single for that reason.
All right, listen, check this. So wait, you're 21, 20.
Yeah.
Yeah?
21.
21. So let's just, like, if we say you're 20 now, yeah, and the lifespan is from 0 to 100, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
You are agreeing to spend 80 years of your life, yeah?
Yeah.
80 years of your life without no sort of, like, person that can enjoy moments with you. And when I say settle, yeah, let me put a scenario out. When I say settle, yeah, it's one of those things where, all right, let's say in a general bubble, he's a 6 out of 10. So he doesn't cover everything, but he's a 6 out of 10. But there's some things that you like about him, but it's not perfect.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
It's not perfect. Because that's what I believe this world is, that not everybody's perfect. So
But then
you're...
it also depends on what
What is-
about him isn't perfect. Because like I said, it's not the physical things. If I don't have a connection with that person, I can't live 80 years of my life
Exactly.
with someone that I'm not connected to. It's not going to make any sense. So I'd rather just live without you, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like for me-
and also,
Basically.
sorry, I'm really good at jumping in.
Yeah.
Tell me about
You're the talker, you're the talker.
Sorry. And it's also like, we're looking at relationships like that is the only way you can be fulfilled in life. Do you know how many things you can do?
Yeah,
Exactly.
traveling,
Travel,
your
you can-
family,
there's bare things that you
new
can be out here
hobbies.
doing.
Like you could pick up so many things that give you the joy.
Yeah.
And like,
You can foster children.
And the thing is,
You could do
with
better,
that,
yeah.
if you don't have that connection and you're not on the same page with that person and you're just settling, all those things are hampered. All those things are stunted because you can't build that type of thing. You're not on the same wavelength. You're not on the same page
Now check this. As I repeated before,
all
yeah.
the time anyway.
Yeah, let's check this. Let's just go back to, let's say, the basic, yeah? Can you learn... Do you know, let me ask you, man, first, yeah? This is a question out to all of you, and it's a serious question now. Do you think love is nature or nurture? Like, hands up for nature. Hands up for nature. If you think love is nature, please hands up.
it's a bit of both on my side.
Ooh.
Yeah?
It's natural. Then
But now put your hand up if you think it's nurture.
I think it's something about.
So I'm guessing when I say the word nurture, I'm saying you can learn how to love, right? Yeah? So when it comes down to listen, let me say a little piece and I'll give you the, you know what I'm trying to say. So when I say when it's nurture, I'm saying, cool, you can settle for someone because over 4-5 years, you can learn to love that person. So me, why would I choose to be single the rest of my life for 80 years?
What do you think? We don't even know what you think.
I don't
But
want to
loving-
think.
Playing
Don't want
devil's
to think.
advocate.
But loving somebody,
Don't want to think.
listen, hold up. But loving somebody, there's loving somebody and there's being in love with somebody. When you're in love with somebody and you have that connection, that for me, that's what starts it. You find something in somebody that you see and you say, alright, cool. I want to see where this goes. And we are not perfect. No, don't.
No, I'm not cutting
No,
you.
no,
I'm not cutting you.
after.
I
We
wanna
will
ask
see
you
where
a
this goes. But then from there on, if you don't put that effort in and you don't nurture your love
Yeah.
with one another
It will
and
crash
are
and
on
burn.
the same page, it's never gonna grow. It's gonna die out. The connection, the flame, is always gonna die out. It's all about it's all about investing in each other and giving to each other and growing with each other.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question on that? Can you be in love with someone who isn't in love with you?
Of course you can.
And so
Yeah.
then does that whole thing work, what you were just saying?
No, but then from
But
the
that's why it
first
doesn't
instance,
work.
you're not gonna
Wait,
be
wait,
together.
wait, 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 wait,
Or
wait,
you're
wait.
not gonna-
Sorry, wait, hold on. Can you be in love with someone that's not in love with you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
What's
can.
made them love you? I'm just trying to think though. What's made you fall in love with them that don't love you? Because I'm just thinking, if someone like simple as if someone don't like you, you're not gonna like them instant. So if my man over there
Not
said, bro, I don't like.
really.
Wait, hold on,
that's
hold
petty,
on.
man.
Listen,
That's
It's past like
listen.
though.
It's not petty because I can see it. If someone walks into the room, yeah, I'm just saying, if someone walks into the room right now and they're saying, well, I don't like Rochelle, they have never met you. Automatically, I believe, yeah, inside your heart, thinking, all right, I don't know you and you don't like me. I've got something against you.
No.
No.
But that's
But
a
I think
mindset.
it's-
That's a
think
mindset.
it's
That's a mindset.
expectations and levels. So it's past dislike or like. We probably both like each other, but I might feel for you more than you feel for me, and
exactly.
that happens a lot.
Yeah,
Well,
that's a
definitely.
very
It
common
happens
occurrence.
a lot.
Oh, he's giving you a man.
No,
He feels
in
it. He feels it in his toes.
like,
It's like, yeah.
I remember
love you.
speaking to my mum, and my mum told me, yeah, she was just like, listen, she feels like the man always has to love the woman more.
Really?
Yeah, because obviously she sees like
Wait.
Yeah, but-
African style. She sees like
Wait.
men are gonna cheat,
Go on.
men are gonna do this, men are gonna do that. If the man loves me more, he's ready to go further and to longer lengths.
It's
Do you
interesting that
understand?
your mum said that to you.
Yeah, because me and my mum, like, this is recently. Recently, me and my mum, my dad, we sit
What do
down,
you
we
think
talk,
about that?
we just, you know what I'm saying, we converse.
Do you think that would you like to love your woman more than she loves you?
In the ideal.
That's what his mum said. That's what she said.
Listen,
I'm interested.
you know what it is?
But
You know what the sad thing is? Like,
I need to
the
know.
saddest thing is, the first thing that came to my mind is, I don't want to take it all. You know what I'm saying? So you're thinking, if I love you more and it's not reciprocated, then that could be an L. You know what I'm saying?
Why is that L from you love your
could,
woman?
no, but that's it. I said that's the sad thing.
Why is
But
love a
I'd like it to be on the same
Why
level.
is it a competition? Why is love a competition?
It shouldn't be. It's just
Really
thinking
stressing
like
me
that.
out. Do you know why I did that? Because I've heard that before. A lot of, not my mum personally, but my friends' mums have said, find a man that loves you more than you love him. And a lot of my friends have that mentality, and I think it's quite dangerous.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh,
Personally.
wallah, man, answer the mic, big
Pardon?
man. Why? Answer the mic, big man.
No, I'm listening to what you guys are saying. I just want to understand, how do you put a gauge on someone that loves you more? At what point do you know that someone loves you more than you love them? I don't.
Good question.
Go on. Free for all. You want to hold on to that? You might
I
reply.
think when challenges are put on a situation or relationship and it's either make or break. So are we going to grow through this situation? If I'm willing to work through this and you're not, that's showing me we are on the same level. You
not
don't
even-
like me as much as I like you.
But however, what if you show your love in different ways?
That's exactly my point.
What if there's certain parts of the way I love and the way I care for people
Yeah.
that it's just natural. Like,
Then-
I am somebody who will give, I'm somebody who will look after.
then
I'll
your
pamper.
love isn't compatible because you'll be searching for things in each other that's just not going to be there. I want you
enough.
to be able to communicate with me, and you're not giving me that. You think buying me things is going to make me feel some type of way.
yeah.
Sometimes
No,
sitting
it
down and
does.
having a conversation is what's best. So
Okay, that almost kind of doesn't really make sense, because okay, so you said that the person doesn't really communicate, but they buy you things. But would you rather someone that doesn't communicate and you don't communicate yourself? Does that mean that you're compatible?
wait, sorry, I didn't hear the
Yeah,
end.
that got really
you said
confused.
you said that
Yeah.
it means that you two's love ain't compatible,
Yeah.
and then you made an example that if you don't communicate and then the person buys you stuff, then it just doesn't really work. So are you saying that your love is there if the person doesn't communicate and you don't communicate, then your love is compatible?
No, I'm saying that
Still lost.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit lost, but I hope
I feel like I
I
might be able to offer some clarity here. I think there's a book called The Love Language, 5 Love Languages by Gary Chapman, and it talks about the different ways how you express love. And one of them is giving gifts, and another one is words of affirmation. Now, my main love language is acts of service, and my fifth one at the very bottom is gifts. So if I receive a gift, I really don't care. I'd rather like spend some time with you, have a chat. And so I think what we're talking about is kind of like, if I end up with someone whose love language is giving gifts, I then need to learn how to receive love as a gift. And not see that as not take it personally, because I don't really care for the gift.
But
So I think it's about,
in that
is
sense
that what
of,
you were saying?
Yeah,
in that
but
sense-
then
in that sense of nature and nurture, that's where you can have a connection with somebody and you might not initially be on the same wavelength in terms of you can be the person that, do you know what, I might have done something wrong, or I need to go into this person's good books and I'll buy you a gift. But that's not what they like. That's about you nurturing your relationship and understanding what is it that they need and what is it that do they like.
But I think we still kind of veered from the point. My question was, how do you put a gauge on?
How much someone loves you? I feel
my
like,
back now.
I don't know, oh, okay.
I don't
Are we
think-
done with that?
I don't think you can.
I had to hold it, man. I can't. But there's other people in the room.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Go on. Answer the
So
question.
I kind of like, I hear what you're saying. Okay, the only way I can imagine this, explain this is, do you know there's TV shows where it's like 90 Day Fiancé or whatever, or Marrying Millions, and it's clear that one person is way more in love than that because there's an investment, there's a reason why they need to be in a relationship. And the other person is like emotionally detached from all of it, if that makes sense. So I think that the person that's way more in love has them like blinders, so you can't actually see if someone else is in love with you. But I don't really know, like,
Look.
you just need to check your own relationship.
I really want to go back to the love, like if love is nature or nurture. The reason being, I'm going to talk from my kind of own experience. Yeah? So, let's put it like this. My mum and dad had been married for 43 years, yeah? Them man got married.
It's 4 hours.
Big up. Listen, they've been married for 43 years, yeah? And they met, raw, about the wrong water. Sorry, I backed that one. Sorry. So listen. So they've been married for 43 years, and they met each other way back. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? Way back where internet wasn't around, no social media was around. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? I highly doubt my dad had a phone in his pocket to be calling people. So it's like, I'm just saying,
didn't.
listen, in this day and age now, we have social media, we have the internet. I can connect from girls to New York. I can connect with girls from Canada. Like, I can just see like, raw, I like that girl there. But I'm just saying, say again?
Slide in the DMs, boy.
Yeah, but I'm saying, we can do that now. We can slide up in DMs right now. But what I'm saying is, back then, my dad had only a range of women to pick from. Yeah, to pick from.
Had
Now,
less choice.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, how do you know, like, his woman that he loved lived over in India or something like that? So he had to think about it. I have to learn how to love one of these women in this place, not to be single for the rest of my life. Yeah, he had to learn it. So now what I go back to is, why can't you sit there and think, wow, I can learn how to love this person. He may not give me everything, but I can learn to get around these things and love this person.
I hear
Because
that.
back then, as I said, like, as in, he only had a small amount of women to pick from.
Or I always believe, or my thought is that this is about personality. It's about who you are and how you are and what it is. Like, my perfect example is that I was working, when I left uni, I was working at EdXL.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, working an office job. And literally one day, like, I've got my boy there, Stephen, to vouch for me. One day I woke up and said, I am not going to work and I'm never going back to work. I'd rather coach. I love coaching. I love football. I'd rather do that, take a cut in salary, and do that for the rest of my life, knowing that I am happy. Do you understand? Rather than thinking, all right, cool, I'm going to endure this for as long as I can, get the money in, because I know I don't love it. I know I'm going in, I'm unhappy, it's a burden, it's a weight on my shoulders, I'm getting home, I'm tired, I'm exhausted. I'm not enjoying it. I'm not where I want to be. So for me, it's about loving. For me, it's about that connection. Where I am now, I've never been happier. I go out, people say, where you going? Football. You don't go work. It is work, actually. Bang. That's how it relates to me. How does it relate to other people?
Can I jump in there?
Sure.
I feel like from hearing that, we are settling on both sides.
How is that?
Because you've dropped out something, you've dropped out money to go and be happy for the rest of your life. You're okay to take a pay cut to go be happy for the rest of your life.
But that's about your beliefs and what you value.
Yeah, but
Value-
it's
money
still settling.
money
You're
second
settling
to
for
me.
something.
No, I'm not settling because I am in a place where I want to be. I'm not losing anything.
When you man are talking about settle, yeah, check this. When you man are talking about settle, yeah, don't you believe, yeah, the woman, like, hold on, I'm back. So wait, hold on. Listen, now I'm back because the reason being is like, there's no one perfect in this world, right?
Of course not.
Yeah, there's no one perfect. No one's perfect in there except for one girl in there, but she ain't. Yeah? Oh. You, right? That was good timing because I was gonna look back this way, but you know.
No one what? What's the question again?
No, I'm just saying there's no one perfect in this world.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no one perfect in this world. So what I'm saying is, automatically we settle because they don't fulfill you to the 100. They might fulfill you to the 99.999%, but they don't fulfill you to 100. So once again, go on, cut me, go on.
I was going to say, yeah, can I just say one thing quickly?
Go on.
Because I brought this up in the conversations we've been having this week. There was this thing going around on Twitter recently about, it was a tweet basically about men not marrying the person that they love, but marrying the one that's there when they're ready type thing.
Wait, say that again.
So
I
it's
listen
kind of
closely on
like-
this one, hold on.
I've heard that.
This was the tweet. It was like, men don't marry the one that they love, they marry the one that's there when they're ready. And I felt some type of way.
Raw, that's a mad one, you know.
And then it just made me think about
There's a
kind of
couple
like,
married men in it, but we ain't gonna go that far. Like,
and then it just made me think about kind of like, you know,
Touchy subject.
about like just settling in that aspect and like what are they getting when they're ready that they could have got, or is it different? Is it better? Is it just, I don't know, like, because the person who I was when I was 21, like, and the person who I was with when I was 21, I wouldn't even piss on them now, in a way. So it's like, because I've changed so much as a person.
Exactly.
So for me, it's kind of like, I don't know. I just don't know. I'm interested in what the men think about that here,
Nah,
actually.
do you know what it is?
As a
It's-
thing.
you got any man
I'm
answer?
gonna
Oh,
quickly answer
do you?
before. I'm 27 now. My answers now is not going to be the same answer, and it cannot, and it shouldn't be the same answer when I'm 37. Do you understand? Because I grow as a person.
So what's your answer again? Sorry. Would you use?
I'd rather be single. I'd rather be single. Like I'm saying, I'd rather just be on my own, enjoy the company of my family, my friends, and keep it as that.
That means there's
be
no.
the bougie
That means there's no
uncle.
activity. There's no physical love there. You know.
None of that.
Fine.
What would you? Let's say that. If we pull it as that, let's see how that's important. If there's no physical love, does your mind change?
Fine.
I still think if you don't like somebody in the initial, if you don't have that common ground, how are you just going to be able to nurture something there when every time you see them or every time you interact with them, you get that,
I don't
this
know,
person's
there's something
diary.
about them.
But do you know, do you know what it is?
Like, I'm saying,
I think
you have to have that. You have to have that ground. Most of it, let me give an example. Like when the man them are going on dates, yeah.
No names.
Of course, no names. But like, this is everyone. When the man them are going on dates, this is how you gauge whether, you know, somebody, well, the guy likes the girl or how much he likes the girl.
If he pays
Like,
on the
how
first
was the date? Like, what are you saying about this girl? She's all right, you know. She's a nice girl. That to me is, she's cool. I'm not really sure, but I'll see how it goes. The next one is, if he says, oh, do you know what? I'm feeling this one. You know, that was a sick date. You know? Then I know, all right, cool. This guy is invested in this girl. There's a difference. You don't know the girl. You don't love the girl, but it's that you found that thing where, you know what? There's something in here. It's there. You know what I'm saying? It's there.
So
Let's
what?
see where it goes.
So what? If I don't pay for her on a first date, doesn't it mean I love her? Let's not go that question. Bun that question. Go on.
That one's a bit of a technical
Yeah, let's
one.
not go there. Because that one there, people start getting heated and that. It's a bit hot already.
Some balls here, so where?
Let's not go. It's kind of technical. All right, cool. Real quick, just responding to what you said real quick, and then I also want to respond to what you said over there. Lovely. Looking gorgeous over there.
All right. Yeah.
Quick one. I mean, with regards to the responses, yeah, you know, how many men in here can say they've taken a girl on the first date, yeah, and the date banged, but you never saw them again? Or you wasn't really feeling it, I can put my hand up to that 100%, you know what I mean? So there's been times that I've been out on dates with girls and the date banged. And, okay, date 2, date 3, date 4, after date 5, after 1 month of talking, it's dead. That don't really mean I love her. That don't really mean I'm willing to, like, nurture that relationship. So I guess it's really hard to tell, you know what I mean, where your feelings or quote-unquote love. The way we, you know, flinging the word love around is kind of mad still. I'm not
That's a
gonna lie.
strong word, you know.
Yeah, we're kind of flinging around on the matic.
That's a strong-
But also, going back to what you said about teaching someone how to love you, the truth is, that's assuming that you know how to love yourself.
Oi.
That's
Yo. Say that again.
Rewind.
Say that again, say that again, say that again.
Don't worry, man. There's more bangers coming, man.
Go on.
Wait.
I usually be up here, but
I
you know.
know.
Go on.
But also, yeah, that's under the assumption, you know what I
Very
mean,
good
that you
point.
know how to love yourself. It's very difficult to teach someone how to love you if you don't necessarily know what your love language
Very,
is.
very
I feel like a lot of people don't even know
They
what
don't
the
know.
5 love languages
They
are.
don't. Wait, teach us and educate us.
Yeah, man, can tell
No,
you.
go on. What's the first? Quickly,
Okay,
what's
cool.
the first?
So, words of affirmation is 1. Receiving gifts is 2.
So, receiving gifts.
Yeah, receiving gifts, giving gifts.
Giving gifts, receiving gifts.
Okay. Yeah. Take time. Yeah, go on.
Gift giving,
Bro, I was
receiving.
gonna blast someone out there. You know what I'm trying to say?
There's more.
Go on.
There's 5.
Quality time is 3. Physical touch is 4. And the last one
always
is
forget
words of affirmation. I think,
Yeah.
did I already say words of affirmation?
Words of affirmation, acts of service.
Acts of service, that's the
Yeah.
I
one.
didn't even know that.
Yeah. So acts of service,
That's fine.
words of affirmation, physical touch, quality time, and receiving gifts.
Can
Those
I-
are the 5 according to
Gary
the study,
Chapman.
supposedly.
So you're basically trying to say is people don't know the meaning of love to be even giving it or to be receiving it.
Absolutely. My personal opinion in this whole situation is I feel like a lot of people are kind of dependent on that companionship. I feel like a lot of people are kind of like along this idea of I need to be with someone. I need to be with someone to know what it means to feel loved, or I need to be with someone to know what it is to give or receive that love. When really and truly, for me, you know what I mean? When you spend that time with
Okay.
yourself and you know...
Before any other questions, before anything, please, I just want to know, yeah, from deep down in your heart, please be honest, yeah. How many people in this room has been in love?
What? Surely you have to be sure.
Sure, like as
I'm
in
not
you
sure.
was in love.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Yeah.
Sure.
All right.
I know.
Yeah, we're getting this. Hold on. So, oh, you want to go on? See, I didn't see the hands. You might want to disturb me. Sorry. Put your hands up again.
I
Who's
would
been
have
in love?
Oh, yeah. I have a direct point.
All right, cool. I got you, man. I pictured that. That's like half of the room. Go on, sorry, go ahead.
Okay, Sam said, how many people love themselves? How many people know their love language? Kind of thing. I think the 2 things are separate. I think there's knowing yourself, loving yourself, and then there's identifying what your love languages are. They're 2 separate things, and I think both things are important. And then the other thing I wanted to mention when it comes to just about love in general, we're throwing the word around. Someone said that. Why are we throwing this? Who said that? Someone said that.
You said
Throwing
that.
the word around. Okay. What is love? Does anyone even know?
I think it's different.
Do we even
for
know?
everyone.
I'd be really interested to kind
The
of see
only
whether
thing I
it's...
know about love, sorry to interject, the only
Yeah.
thing I know about love, not know, but again, wise
Yeah,
words from my
what do we know?
parents,
Yeah.
wise words from my parents, said that you will never really understand and really know what love is until you have kids.
Oh, I've heard that before, yeah.
You believe that?
I believe so.
To an extent, because, I mean, I'm going to bring out some, not real dirty laundry, but dirty laundry. My mum and dad used to argue, and my mum used to be like, listen, I need to be number 1 in your life so I can look after the kids. And my dad was like, no, it's my kids first, then it's you. Do you know what I'm saying? And they had a misunderstanding there, and it's just like, all right, cool, that's them.
I'm not being stupid. Listen, so you're telling me you don't know what love is until you have kids, yeah?
No, that's what I was told.
That's what you was told. But do you believe that? That's what I'm asking. Do you believe that? Junior Matty, do you believe that?
I can't say.
Do you not think that love is different? Is love
love
one
different
thing?
ways.
Can you just not love I love my best friend and I would love my husband in a different way?
Of course, yeah.
And I would love my kids in a different way. I just feel like love isn't it's not monolith, it's not one
No,
thing.
of course.
All right,
It
let's go down
can't be, it can't be.
to the lady in orange. Introduce yourself. I don't know your name.
Hi, I'm Zaf. Oh my God.
Go again.
I wanted to talk about, I personally would spend the rest of my life single, I think. And there's a quote by Richard Rohr, who everyone should read.
Richard, what?
Richard Rohr. Yeah, and it's the opposite to loneliness, or the antidote to loneliness, is solitude. Which I like, I kind of was like this. If I take solitude and sit with myself and think about what I actually need, I wouldn't be settling because my needs would change. I feel like I would be looking for something specific. More time you're looking, you're like you were saying before, like the idea of settling is, I'm 6'1". If I was like only 6'5" and above, it's like it's a different kind of settling than someone who makes me happy, someone who makes me smile, someone who will cook for me at the end of the day, someone will like your values will change if you're lonely. If you're not lonely, then why are you settling?
Yeah.
But the last person you was with, yeah, were they perfect?
No.
You settled, no?
No.
I'd be wrong, but I'm just saying that you settled, no, because they're not perfect.
Settling is very final. I never settled for that nigga. Yeah,
No worries. Let's move. No worries. Go ahead. But I'm saying, no, I'm just saying though, as in, like, it's like no one's getting my point. As in, the fact is, if he's not perfect, so then that means you're settling for him because.
How?
For me, it's like the point is a connection. Like it's a journey, not destination kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking for. Intimacy is a daily thing that you build with someone. So like, it's impossible for someone to be perfect. If they're perfect, I actually have this problem where I meet someone, I'm like, oh my God, you're amazing. And then every day,
And then the pedestal.
Less and less and less.
every day I'm like, wow,
But,
what? You did this thing. I imagined my husband, who is you, I've decided, I imagined that he does it this way, and then actually he does it this. I haven't discovered it yet, the way he actually does it. And so every day I'm like, oh, this is not what I want. This is not what I want. If he's perfect, it's a lie.
Right, and then that's where I
But go on.
would assume love would come in.
Right.
If love is one of those things that cures everything, and you're just like, oh, you're imperfect in all of these ways. However, the love is here. Yeah, because I've identified what love is, whatever that is. Because none of us really seem to be that clear about
The
it.
question you keep on asking and saying, oh yeah, but they're not perfect, so you're settling. That means you're basically saying that we're all settling. Whether you're in love or not, you're all settling. Which is not the case. Which is not the case, because settling is, you've got 2 pair of trainers. This is the one you want. This is the one you love. This is the one you see. Bang. This is the one you can just about afford. Or is there now whatever? Do you know what? I have to settle for these ones, even though I want this one. Do you understand?
I totally understand. The reason why I'm saying this is because I believe we are all scared to admit that we're settling consciously. No one's going to say, I'm settling.
Subconsciously.
As in consciously, you know you're saying you're settling. That's what I mean. As in people are scared to say, yes, I am settling. But what happens is it happens subconsciously. We don't know we're settling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? You don't know that you're settling because the man, woman, whoever it is, it could be a goat, fam. You're settling for that person.
No, you know you're settling.
Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? But no. But this is what I'm trying to say.
No, I think.
Wait. You got my go on.
So basically, so your shoe analogy, yeah, I was just thinking about it, and settling.
That is just objective. That's just trying to make it clear.
You're not settling. So okay, if you have the shoe that you want, that's the shoe that you want. You can't quite afford it, or you can like just about afford it. That like, wait until you can afford it.
Exactly.
But if the shoe that you really
Exactly.
want come in your size, if it doesn't come in your size, it's not for you. It was never meant for you.
Not understandable.
So there's 2 different ways. Like I love that.
Obviously, but
I love that.
But we're talking about in that moment. In that moment, if they got your size, but you can't quite afford it, you have to wait. For me, you have to wait. Just wait. Be comfortable, because when you wear those trainers and you look down, you're thinking,
You're going to wish that you stayed.
you know what I'm saying? You're going to be like, no, this is dead. I don't even want to wear this. I'm going to wear sandals or something. You know what I'm saying?
That was good.
I'm just saying, make it clear to me then, innit? Yeah, just make it clear to me, because I might be lost. Give me a sec. So you're saying, yeah, if the nice pair of shoes, yeah, that you want, that you can't afford, yeah, you're going to wait to kind of save up and get it.
Understand as well, those shoes ain't
Save
perfect.
up or change your income.
And
you might
no,
get any
wait, hold
trouble,
on.
you
No,
get
it's about
extra
saving.
money.
It's about
but-
And then you
saving.
can afford all of the trainers that you want. I do know how I heard that. Or you might not even want them anymore because you would have grown by that point.
Exactly.
Life is a long thing. It's not like if you're blessed, it's a long thing. It's not a short
that
thing.
comes a-
How I kind of heard her say that was because does anyone? What's his name? Boris Kodjoe and his wife Nicole. Okay, cool. Some people.
Yeah, no.
Anyways, Nicole was like talking about, before she met with him, she was talking about this man that she wanted, and she had like written this man on paper, and she was like talking to the mirror. She was like affirming the man that she wanted in the mirror, right? And she said that she heard God say something like, if this man was to come to you right now, would you even be ready for him? So you can kind of write a list of what you want, and then the reality is, if this person presented themselves to you, are you ready? And are you ready based on that? Are you what that person is? Are you fit enough? Are you like healthy? Like you want him to be healthy? Have you got money? Like you want him to have money? So that's what I heard, in the sense of kind of like you can't afford the shoe now, but at some point you could get a more higher paying job and afford the shoe, and at some point you could like invest in yourself and personal development and get to the place where you can get the shoe that you want. or the person that you want. So, and
if-
then you might not even want them no more because you've evolved so
Exactly,
much
you've
that you
evolved.
might not even need that person.
Oh, quick question. So
So
if
we're
I
not ever settling.
wait. So if I haven't got enough money to buy the expensive pair of shoes, am I gonna walk barefoot?
Nah, you might
Answer the question.
You might
Answer the
go
question.
Primark.
I mean, question.
I personally see settling as not minding, because I feel like with Junior, a while ago, you said if you're in a house settling with someone, they basically make you cringe. That's not settling. That's, if I'm going to move in with someone, that basically makes me feel uncomfortable.
That was me talking about your nurture.
Okay, if I don't feel, even with the trainers, you wanted the more expensive ones, but you didn't mind getting the other ones because you got them. You didn't mind it. So
Yeah, and you.
No, I never got them, and I would never get them.
So wait,
I would
what-
wait.
Okay,
is
walk
that-
barefoot.
I would wait.
if you did
I would
get
wait.
them, would it be settling or would it be not minding?
It would be settling.
But, yeah, but you don't
It's
mind.
not mine. It's not
No,
mine.
but
But settle,
no,
you don't
but
mind it,
Is
but
it
then-
having a
initially-
trainer or not having a trainer?
say that again. What?
Is it having a trainer or not having a trainer?
Man, he's walking barefoot.
Because-
He said it. Like he's not.
No,
buying
have you
anything.
gone into the shop saying, I want to buy trainers today? I've got trainers on my feet, but I've gone into the shop saying, I want to buy trainers today. I've seen a pair of trainers that I really, really like and I really want them, but I can't afford them. I see another pair of trainers that
Can afford.
I can afford and I don't mind. But then it's either I walk out the shop with no trainers or I get the
buy
ones I
them.
don't mind, or I can't afford the ones that I want, so I'm not even going to touch those.
You might.
Understand
So it's
this.
no
This is-
trainers.
Please,
or
wait,
trainers.
before we start,
I'm
before we
walking
start,
out the
please,
shop.
please, picture this. You go into the shop barefoot. What are you doing?
Listen,
that's-
listen.
Barefoot.
If I'm walking into the
Sorry
shop
then.
barefoot, I'm
Barefoot.
listen. I'm comfortable barefoot. Number
Oh
one.
yeah.
Wait, hold
That's
on.
it.
Number two, and this is for me and for a lot of people here. This is where cheating starts because I get the pair of trainers that
The energy.
I don't mind. Every time I see somebody wearing a pair of trainers that I love, I'm gonna look at them and be like, oh, and somebody one day is gonna say, oh, you like them? Try them on.
Very true.
Take
Try them on. Do you know what? Have them. Have them.
What's it? Take them.
I've got another pair at home.
Oh, wow, that's not my thing. Is that what people do?
Now, where are you going from there? I'm shouting.
Go
I've got
on.
a mic on.
Actually, that's what I do all the time. I keep forgetting. Go on, the lady in the red hat. Introduce yourself and tell me what your answer to the question is, please.
Okay, hello, my name is Beverly.
Yep.
Hey, Beverly.
Hi.
Yo,
Hi,
she's taken. I'm joking. Go on, Go on, answer the question.
Okay. So I actually went onto the settle side. I just heard a lot of people saying that, oh, if this person has all these qualities, but you don't have that connection, you're not in love with them, then you're settling. And my question to that is, do you think love is enough to sustain you throughout your whole life? I mean, I feel like love, to a certain degree, is a sense of infatuation, and you need someone who's going to be your life partner when it gets down to nitty-gritty. Sometimes you need someone who's able to balance things and, do you know what I mean? Like, be your partner throughout life, and it might not be
But there you
that
go.
infatuation.
But you got a friend there. That's.
But the friend-
You have a life partner like that.
friend-
right?
That is your
You have
friend.
a. You could have a best friend there. Do you know what I'm saying?
Friend-
That should be your
Really
friend,
and truly.
right?
Huh?
Your
Yeah,
life
he
partner
should
should be your friend. I don't know what's the point. I don't know.
It's ideal, but it's not all the time.
basically
It's
like a
ideal.
friend.
Oh, no,
You
it's
can't say it's
mandatory.
ideal. It's ideal, but you can't say that your life partner is always gonna be your best friend.
I think
all
it
the
should be
time.
mandatory.
I want it to be. Yeah, I want it to be, but that's just ideal, isn't it?
Wait, that's what. Oh, go on. Give it the mic there.
My godparents, my whole life, like I've had the story of them meeting. They met like the day before my second birthday, and they stayed up all night. And then my godmother had to make a cake for me like really quickly. They were up like for like 24 hours on their date. It lasted like really long. Like, I thought they were like
24 hours date, did you say?
24 hours.
A date lasted 24 hours.
And they had, yeah, and then they
You
had-
slept at his yard, right?
No, it was not me. It's my godparent. My
Oh,
godparents.
sorry. I wasn't listening.
They didn't tell me that part. I'm assuming.
I was assuming as well.
Right. So, like, fast forward 20 years, and I made a comment like, oh, I wish, like, they seem to be the perfect partnership. I was like, oh, I can't wait for my partner to be my best friend, like you guys. My godmother looked at me like, we're not best, that's not my best friend. Like, your mom's my best friend. That's not my best friend. That's my partner. There's a different thing. You don't have to be friends, but you have to, like, but there's...
No, you have
Wait. So
But the love is like, the love is there. Like they don't like each other every day, but they love each other. That's
Yeah,
what's sustaining.
So what you're saying there,
Why
yeah?
else do it? Why else be a partner with someone if there's not something like that's the fire,
Sustaining, yeah.
the fuel.
Yeah, but I'm just going back. Listen, the young lady Melanie up there said, yeah, when you meet someone from on, you're learning how to love them. You know what I'm trying to say? You're gonna learn how to love them. Like, let's put it like this. How many of you guys use Tinder? Put all your hand up. Everyone put their hand up now, man. I know you man use Tinder, fam.
You Tinder?
Yeah. Everyone put their hand up. Now,
I've used it.
what I'm saying is, yeah, you don't know this person.
Some liars here.
Huh? What did you say?
I just said there's some liars here, but
Yeah, 100% there's lies in there. 100% there's lies. I didn't see a lot of hands, but it's cool. But what I'm saying is, the way she's saying about you learn how to love someone, because when you first meet someone at the beginning, you ain't got a clue who they are. Yeah? You ain't got a clue who they are. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So your assumption straight away is that this person looks good, so they're there for me. You understand? They're there for me. So you start learning how to love them. Now, if they're not good, that's when you take a right. But if they are good for you, you continue to learn how to love them. So when people are telling me you can't learn how to love, I'm frazzled because it's like from the get-go, you're learning how to love someone. You correct me if I'm wrong. Go ahead.
I'm gonna correct you real quick.
Correct me.
No.
Oh, she said she gonna correct me.
When people do not actively date with the intention to love somebody else. They date with the intention to be loved. So you have to for what you're saying to be correct. Like for it to be a way of like you meet someone and every day is a way of like how do they want to be loved? How like learning that? That's not what happens. You say they're just them, and you make up that's for you.
That's they attract.
Listen, for you to go into something, you cannot tell me you're not going in there not to be loved.
Personality, love, money, and sex.
Yeah.
And I said that for you to want to be with somebody, they've got to just at the basic, they've got to hit 3 of those 4 elements. Do you understand? Whether it's money, sex, and what was the other one? Personality. But I feel like love, if love and 2 others are there, that relationship has the ability to last longer. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you can overlook the one that is missing. But when you just love that person, when you just look at that person and think, do you know what, I love this person, it's like money, like in life, we're looking for companionship, but we're looking for connections. We're looking for connections. That's what we want to feel. That's how I see it. That's what.
All right, out of the four, quickly, yeah. Personality, love, sex, and money. Yeah. On a show of hands, who thinks money is the most important thing in the relationship? Cool. I was expecting that. Love. Yeah. Personality. Ooh, that's a tough one. I'm assuming sex ain't important to you guys, but okay, we'll move on. But that's what I want to know, because it's like you're saying love it makes things go further, but it's like it's a battle between love and personality.
I think those two. Just rethinking. I think those two are at the top.
Sorry, moving on. We got Alisana on the mic. Well, she can introduce herself actually and answer the question on the board for me, please.
Hi. Oh, hello. Hi. My name's Sana. It's just going back to. Huh?
I was looking for who was speaking.
Just going back to falling in love, Junior. What you were saying, falling in love with people that are bad for you. I was just relating it to a recent experience. I think often the people that you attract or how you allow people to treat you reflects how you are feeling about yourself at the time. And I think, recent experience, so there was someone that we were quite into each other, but I was like, no, he's too much of a bad boy, and he's actually going to be distracting me from my goal, like long-term goals. I had to say to him, look, like, I'm into you, but as much as I'm into you, I would need to think about my long-term self. I would need to thank myself, future. And you know what? I was surprised. Like, he actually respected it. He was like, no, head down, no distractions. But I think it's so easy to get caught in the moment a lot of the times, and just going back to thinking about your future self. But it's always very hard to make that transition in the space that you're in, if that makes sense.
Manero.
Huh?
Did you man hear her?
Yeah.
I'm saying, did you man hear her?
Oh, yeah.
Was she talking about her? No. I spoke Helen Potter.
No, I agree.
Right, cool. But I'm saying, listen, I want more people to speak about their experiences, innit? And Alessandra obviously just told her. I'm saying she just told us her experience. So obviously, I believe people learn from experiences. So you've been speaking about, I'm just saying there's others in the room as well that are talking about their experience, but I want everyone to get involved with it. Is that all right, yeah? Do you want to go, Beverly?
But it's not my own experience. I was just going to say, did we all agree that nobody's perfect except for me? Yeah. Okay, cool. So to the people who said that they would stay single forever, what would it take, keeping in mind that nobody is perfect, what kind of things would it take for you to go for someone if you're completely 100% fine being by yourself, knowing that nobody is perfect? What are you looking for?
This is a you question, Sydney.
Sorry.
What am I looking for? I don't think I can answer that yet, because I don't think I'm my full self where I'm not looking for a relationship. I'm actually not looking, so I couldn't say today that in a man, this is what I want. And I don't know when I'll get to that point either. And I think that's mostly why I picked I'd be single, because I don't know what I want. And a lot of us don't know what we want. A lot of us get into relationships not realizing that we haven't really learnt about ourselves, like what he was saying. We haven't learnt about ourselves. We haven't learnt to love ourselves. So how can we expect someone to come in and say, yeah, I'm going to know exactly how to love you?
So, sorry, just picking up from that. So I obviously went on the I would eventually settle side, not really seeing settle as that big of a deal. But I'm right now, as it stands, I would say I'm not looking for a relationship. I would say I'm perfectly fine by myself, and I'm with you where I really appreciate my own company. But I just feel like in the long term,
one day,
like I just don't imagine that I would want to be by myself for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Also, with appreciating my own company, I feel like with anything you appreciate, you need to have the other to appreciate that one. Do you know what I mean? You appreciate the good in the world because there's bad, and you appreciate money because you were broke. You know what I mean? So I just feel like there's only so much of yourself that you could do.
I definitely agree. That goes with my point of the fact that the answer I'm gonna have now and today it should be different if I was in the same kind of situation as the one that I would have in 10 years.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Because as you go on with life, you learn different things, you learn new things, you expand your mind, and your priorities shift. And you get to a point, like, you see a lot of older people, like even at the age of 60, 50, and they start new relationships with people from like that they never knew, or that they knew for a long time, and they were just friends with, just for companionship. And that's because your priorities have changed.
Oh. Your name and answer that question, please. My name is Sambo, and basically what I wanted to say was, someone once said to me, there's no perfect person, there's no perfect man or woman, but there's the perfect person for you. Yeah? They will have flaws, but they're flaws that you can deal with and you can handle, and that's the most important thing, I think. So it's not like you're settling. It's like, I can handle this because there are flaws I can take. I can't take a man who's out there running around and doing this, but I can take a man who maybe doesn't cook or doesn't do certain things. So that's what I had to say.
Okay.
Nams, yeah. So see, going on from somebody, yeah. A lot of people are saying whatnot about being single, yeah. Now, statistically, it is proven as humans we need a companion. Yes or no?
I believe so.
How are you meant to stay single for the whole life if you can't share experience with someone else?
Yo, you
your best friend is with someone else.
What's a companion though?
Because they want to grow with someone else. So where are you gonna find a time when you're at age
to grow with someone else? We're saying it at the age of 20, which is fine. But I guarantee you, when you get to 40, 50, you're going to think, oh my days. But do you know what I'm trying to say? But I know you're answering from now. But what happens is the reason why I'm answering from now and I'm looking ahead, because I know how life is. I'm looking ahead, I'm thinking, I'm not going to want to be single for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
I think I surround myself with a lot of people that are quite older than me, and sometimes they forget my age. My cousins are like 25, 26, 27. and they're often going through problems that I can't understand. So it will be like, oh, Whitney, when's my husband coming? Like, he's not coming. Like, when's God gonna? I'm just like, do you know what? You're not actually ready for that husband that you want. And I'm being dead serious. You're not. And I think because I'm in this place where I'm 21 and I'm not looking for that and I'm not ready for that, I can see why she's not ready for that. You might be wanting it, and think you're at the age of 40, why hasn't it come? You're not ready.
Bro, you can be at the age of 40 and not be
You
ready.
can be at the age of 40 and not be ready.
That's a Mazzolini, man. You know, it's true, but I'm guessing who wants to be there.
Because sometimes the ideals of a relationship that you have in your head is not your reality.
But don't you, check this now, see, I ain't got enough time. But don't you have to check yourself? If you're not ready at the age of 40, don't you have to check yourself and see what you're doing wrong?
I don't think, yeah.
Like, no, real talk. As in, at the age of 40, yeah, and you still haven't found a man or a woman, surely you got to look in the mirror thinking, what? Because, like, what ain't as good enough for anyone? Do you know what I'm trying to say?
I don't think it's about that, though. I think it's not about not being good enough. It's like, have you done any
worked on
personal
yourself
development?
enough to be that person?
Have you healed
You
your
can,
trauma?
you can do personal. You can do the thing about it.
Have you done any of the?
You can have all these personal
necessary
development, yeah.
to be
You can have all these personal development, but what I see it as in, it's like you can be growing and growing, but pushing people away, pushing the wrong people away.
Because you haven't healed your inner stuff. Because you're only going to push people away because you have a barrier when it comes to love or anything like that because of experiences you would have had. So my whole thing is, if you're at 40, 50 and you're still single and you're looking around like, what's wrong with me? It's you. Like, you need to work on you.
All right.
It's not, people are not looking at you thinking that you're ugly or you're fat or whatever. It's like, you are a bitter human being that needs to heal your trauma. And then you'll attract a partner.
Oh, I can't lie. I want to know you guys at the age of 60 and see if you guys are still single. But anyway, listen. Time. My time running. Anyway, you heard these people going in it. Everyone on the panel was obviously saying they want to be single. There's some people in the audience that say they want to be single. Some people want to be and go ahead and settle. Everyone's got their own opinions. And that's the reason for the Sunday debate. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, yeah, someone's going to make the joke. It's a Friday, though. Shut up. But listen, do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, cool, it happens. You know what I'm trying to say? I got this wonderful space to actually put this on and for you guys to actually come out and actually learn from each other. And it may not even be learning, but it's actually letting off a bit of steam. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I'm seeing people taking off their blazers and that, taking off their tops. And that's a bit much, huh? But you know what I'm trying to say? And it's one of those things that we're creating a hub for people to actually talk to each other. Because the one thing I believe is key in this world is communication, and we're all lack of it. Do you know what I'm trying to say? We're all lack of it. And it's like when you're with somebody, communicate. When you're with a friend, communicate. Because you start assuming things and it's just like, raw. So when you're hearing the different perspective from somebody, you start understanding your relationship. You start understanding your friend. Because you're like, do you know what? I've heard people think like this before. That's the reason about the Sunday debate. Yeah? But anyway, listen, thank you for coming down today. Yeah, everyone give it,
Just a quick question. Has anyone changed their mind?
Yeah, I wanted to know
go on.
that.
I don't know. Let's run that. Anyone change their mind?
If
We've got one down there. Wait, what did you vote for? Oh, so now you're settled.
Wow. Yeah. I thought we was a solid team.
Oh my days, listen. But, all right, cool. Run the chat. But listen, thank you very much for coming down, guys. Hope you guys can lock in as well this Sunday for Sunday debate, innit? Make some noise.
Welcome, grab your popcorn and your seats. And please make sure your phone's on D&D. Concentrate on the conversation and watch us debate and not contemplation. What came first, the chicken or the egg? Is water wet? Do our questions even make sense? We ain't serious. Honestly, we're just curious.